Right, we're on, we're hitting driver. Is your driver holding you back? Today we're going to hit driver better than ever. One move, just one simple move. So driver can be quite the challenge, eh? You know, I do lessons and people fear the driver. You know, when we get to the end of the session, I say, right, let's get driver out now. And they immediately go, oh no. Let's not be that guy. Let's love driver, let's make driver our friend. Okay, so we're going to hit driver well today with one very, very simple move, which you'll notice right now. You probably won't, but leave comments, tell me what I've done. Okay, we've just striped the fairway. What did I do? In the comments right now. In fact, let me tell you. Actually, go and leave a comment just quickly. You done? Sound, let's go. When I hit driver there, I had my tee very high. I want to hit up. But one thing I did at address, when I took my address position, I've got a cane there for reference. I took my address position and I was here, ready to hit. Now what do you notice there? That's different from irons. What do you actually notice there? My head, my nose, is in line with a spot behind the golf club head. Okay, so there's a club head's width in there. I set myself there, and now my nose is in line with this red cane. It stayed in line with the red cane all the way back. As I came back down, it stayed in line with the red cane, which gave me my low point there, and then it naturally swings back up without trying because my head is behind the golf ball at impact. And it's quite far behind, it's a full club head at least behind that golf ball. And that's how I was able to launch that ball. The launch was amazing. Keeping the head behind the golf ball does a couple of things. Let me quickly explain. Let me set myself in here, club behind, take my stance, my open Eureka stance there. If my head's here, my weight's going in there, my angle of attack's coming down, I can place myself here so my head's behind. See what I've done? My head's behind, my hips go forward a fraction, not a huge amount. But I just think about my head being behind the golf club head. My ball position, I think about left armpit. I don't think about down here because there's so many variations. If we're to play off left instep and I stand with my foot as flared as that, too far open, although this distance here is never going to change. And ergonomically, for each player, it's going to be correct. Ernell's, big guy, different distances than me. There. I set myself, good. Now when I set myself with my head, my nose behind the golf club head, my left shoulder's higher than my right, which is going to encourage a positive angle of attack. So important. Being behind the golf ball there, I feel as though at impact I'm in a bit of a reverse C, but I feel as though my handle and my club shaft stay in one line. I don't let the club head pass the hands too much, which is a thing called spin loft, so I keep the spin off and the angle of attack to marry up with that. Spin loft is a discrepancy between angle of attack and dynamic loft, which is the loft at impact. So if I'm swinging up the way, but I've done so keeping the loft off, that ball is going to have less spin, or the right amount of spin. It's going to go a long, long way. That's the technical bit over. All you did was keep your head behind the golf club head. And of course the next question is, how do I do that on the golf course? How am I able to, I can't lie my cane down on the golf course. I can't lie that cane down there because all my friends are going to laugh at me. So what do? I have to find a way in doing this on the golf course. Easy, very, very easy. I remove my cane. I line my golf ball up with the tee marker. I make sure I'm in line with the tee marker, so I hope this camera reference is good. So there, nice high tee. That there for me is in line with the tee marker. Now the camera angle might distort this slightly. All I need to do is make sure my head is a good distance behind that tee marker. Wow. So use the course furniture to help you. I'm there, so now you can see my head's clearly behind the tee marker, and I want to keep it behind the tee marker as I hit the ball. There. Another great strike, and at impact my head was behind the tee marker. I then no longer had to think about the ball, I no longer had to think about angle of attack, nothing to do with spin loft, nothing to do with left shoulder being high. I just kept my head behind the tee marker. My ball's effectively there, and my head's behind the tee marker. Keep behind the tee marker, and all those things are going to fall into place. That was fun. That was really, really technical for no reason. And we took all the technical stuff and just kept our head behind the club head. So my nose is in a line behind the club head. So important. Let me know how you get on. Leave comments. I'd love to hear the comments. I need comments and also need likes. I need lots of likes and subscribers. Just everyone subscribe to this channel, please. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.